Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this week's episode. I'm getting into it, doing another Am I the Asshole stories on Reddit. I was trying to do a video last time for YouTube, but it didn't fucking upload for some reason. But, anyways, let's get into it. Am I the asshole for not allowing my neighbor to borrow my car? I mean, you don't have to let anyone borrow your car. So, like, you shouldn't let anyone borrow your car unless you fully trust them. So, for context, I, 24 female, share a duplex with Lydia, 26 female. And ever since moving there, my little sister, 20F, we've hit it off. She was very welcoming and we all got along great. She told us she's an only child and most of her close friends moved out of town a few years ago. Nah, that's kind of sad to be honest. So she's been pretty much alone and could use some company. Great. So we bonded well. The issue started when she first asked to borrow my car for an appointment she was running late for. The bus stop is about a mile away, and there weren't any taxis around. There's no Uber service in our town. Oh, yeah. I agreed since I didn't have anywhere to go that day and was just going to be home. She told me she'd be back in less than an hour, so I said, okay. She returned the car in one piece, but it took her more than 5 hours to return. What the fuck? To return it. She used all my fuel, which I intended to last my sister and me for the whole week. I mean, come on. Common decency, say at least refuel what you used, especially if you don't hire the car in the first place. And I don't understand why she left. Well, she had the car for nearly 6 hours when she said she'd only need it for one. Yeah, that's kind of sus, to be honest. When I asked her about it, her response was she had to visit her mum because she had something important to tell her. So she drove all the way to the other side of town and also said she was low on cash and would pay for the fuel once she get paid from work. That's kind of sus. All the way from town. How big's your fucking town? Like, how big is your town? Surely your town isn't like an hour fucking long away. Like, from one side of my city, it's literally probably an hour. Because it's a pretty big area. So, yeah. Um, Well, it's been 3 weeks and I haven't heard nothing from her. She's been ignoring us for some reason. Then, just 2 days ago, she asked to borrow the car again for another important appointment she was running late for. Oh, I simply said no, that it wasn't my problem. And if she really had something important, she should have prepared earlier, left a few hours in advance, and either walked to the bus stop or called a cab. I also reminded her that I'm not her family or anything. She didn't even pay me back for the fuel for the first time. Now she's calling me a selfish asshole and says that because of me, she missed a really important appointment that cost her future. So am I the asshole? Let's see what the so what so what now? You owe her money. She's not your friend, and yeah, not the asshole. She is in the wrong. Lydia is in the wrong because she literally drove the car 5 hours and used all of I don't know what her name's 22-year-old petrol. Legit, it was meant to last a week. What are you doing 5 hours away? Like, I don't understand that. Oh, my 27F X 26M dumped me in January after 9 years together because he didn't think I was wife material. Now he reached out wanting to talk about talk to talk because he needs to get something off his chest. I don't know why he's doing this or if I should meet up with him. Update. So we ended up meeting and I didn't go to him. I had told the receptionist at my work if he came looking for me for just say I'm out for the day. After he showed up once, I didn't want him. I want the drama of him around my job. So Nate just kept going to my usual places like the grocery store. I go every Sunday evening, or the park I run at Sunday mornings. His words till he would eventually run into me, and he did yesterday. He was waiting at the coffee shop. I go after my morning run. When I saw him, I tried to turn around and leave, but he kept calling me. So I thought to myself, if I went pear shaped at a coffee shop would be safer than my walk home. So I just sat down and asked him what he wanted. He gave an apology that wasn't an apology, and you know the type with "I'm sorry" and "pity me." He blamed his mental health, his parents, his job, his friends, everyone but himself. I took someone's advice on here and said, "Cut the crap, I already know everything." He generally looked shocked and stared at me for a second. I guess he thought his co worker already told me everything so he couldn't lie. Here's what really happened. He fell for a girl in his office. When he told me her name, I immediately knew her. I've met her a few times. He told me the last few years he idolized her. To be fair, she's beautiful with an amazing personality. Yeah. And he hated me because I was the one stepping them from being together because his co-worker was too classy to be a side piece. When we broke up, he confessed to her that he was madly in love with her and he ended a 9-year relationship to be with her. Well, here's where it gets funny. She doesn't like him, lol. She called him a piece of trash and told him if he ever spoke to her outside of work, she'd report him to HR. So I asked him what he has any of this to do with me, like we are over like we are clearly over. I clearly cut ties. There's no reason for us to speak. He wanted to try again, promised we'd get married before the year ends, and that we belong together. I told him no, I'm nobody's. Second choice. He threw me away after 9 years and said some pretty cruel things to me, and now he thinks if he snaps his fingers, I'll come running back. He tried to beg and fake tears, bringing the good times in our relationship. I told him, please, leave me alone, as he wanted too much of my time already. I texted my cousin to meet me at the coffee shop. He kept saying nonsense, even suggesting I went to couples counseling for a few months. He'd leave me alone for the 20 minutes it took for my sister to arrive, felt like 20 years. In the end, I just stopped listening and stopped at the counter marking small talk with my baristas till my cousin arrived. She told him to fuck off, and if he tried to follow us, she'd call her brothers. He stayed in the coffee shop, as far as I know, and we just went home. That's it. It's only been a day, but I feel like it's over and I'm free of him. Well, this wasn't really Am I the Arsehole? Maybe it was before, but I just read the update. But if it was, you saying, "Oh, am I that asshole?" Blah blah blah. No, you're not. He's the fucking asshole because he's the dumb. What? He's the one that dumped you after 9 years. Like, what the fuck? Why are you? I don't understand people these days. Like, seriously. Um. Okay. And am I the asshole for asking my partner to stop playing video games when we hang out? I've been dating my partner for a few months now, and while I love that they enjoy the gaming, I feel like every time we spend together, they're always on their console or computer. I asked them if they could stop, just put the games down for a few hours when we hang out. And then they got very defensive, saying they need their downtime. Am I the asshole for wanting to spend time, more quality time with me and less time gaming? No, you're not. Like, legit, like, it's only a few hours. I mean, I get if you want your own personal space, sure. That's completely normal. But if you're just going to play video games for hours and hours upon end and just cut off your partner and just be like, no, I don't want to hang out with you. Like, shouldn't even be together, like, in the fucking first place. So, am I the asshole for refusing to babysit my sister's miracle baby after what she did to my dog? Ooh, okay. So my sister, 32F, had a baby last year after years of struggling with infertility. We were all happy for her. She called him her miracle baby, and honestly, I didn't mind the attention until he got things attention he got until things got weird. I, 28F, have a golden retriever named Benny. He's 5, sweetest boy alive. Everyone in the family loves him. Even my sister used to until the baby came along. One time I brought Benny over when I visited. He stayed on his mat, didn't bark or even move. The baby started crying, and my sister went, I think he's making the baby nervous and asked me to put him outside in the middle of winter. Oh, no. Your sister shouldn't let you put your dog outside in the middle of winter. That's kind of fucked. I said no and left early. That was strike one. Next time I saw her, she told me straight up she didn't want Benny around her son because he's a dog. I said, okay, whatever, and stopped bringing him. But I could tell something shifted. Then one day I was out of town for a weekend and she begged me to stay at her place because hers was getting fumigated. I agreed thinking it was chill. I came home Sunday night. Benny is hiding under the bed, trembling, looking all scared. I found out she locked him in the laundry room for 2 days straight because he was staring too much and that made the baby fussy. No food or water bowl, just locked him. I lost it. Told her she was never setting foot in my house again and that she was lucky I didn't call animal services. Fast forward a month, she's going back to work and suddenly I'm her first choice for free childcare. Wants me to watch her baby for her baby 2 days a week. I said no. She flipped and called me bitter and selfish. I said I clearly don't understand what it means to love family unconditionally. My mum got involved and said I'm being cruel when I could be helping. This isn't just about a dog. It's about how she treated something I love without remorse and now expects me to drop everything and help her like nothing ever happened. Am I the asshole for saying no to babysitting my nephew because of what she did to my dog? Absolutely not. Like, if your sister's gonna be a fucking bitch to you, no. Like, she needs to grow up. Grow a fucking pair of balls. Like, she literally locked the dog up in the laundry for 2 days. No food, no water. Like, that is just actually so fucking cruel. I think that is ridiculous. Okay, ooh. Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend to fuck off because he kept bothering me about a clit piercing? What? Me and my boyfriend have been together for half a year, and for the most of it, it has been a good relationship. But lately he's asking me if I could get a clit piercing. For those who don't know what a clit piercing is, it's where a woman gets a piercing in her private, specifically the clit. The bead looking thing. Now, I'm not judging people who do get their piercings there, but I don't want to. It's dangerous, and I have to get it done by a piercer with much experience, and he wants me to get it done by his friend. I told him no the first time he asked me, and he said okay, but then he mentioned it again while we were when we were done having sex, saying it would be sexually appealing and would look hot on me. I mean, I get it might look hot, but no, you cannot control your girlfriend like that. That is actually insane. I told him no again, and he huffed this time. Huffed, huffed because I didn't want to get a piercing in my vajay. He told me I'm no fun, and I don't know how I know about his bad girl fetish. I have no idea what that means. I told him many reasons why I didn't want a piercing, and soon went to bed as he went to his buddy's place for some reason. He kept this up for a few months, hoping I'd give in. And every time I said no, it's been no, but it's been really bothering me a few weeks back because he asked right in front of my friends. So how about the clit piercing appointment? I looked at him, he looked at me, my friends looked between us, and I just lost it. I stood up and yelled at him to leave me the fuck alone about that, and I wouldn't be opening my legs to someone just because you have some weird fetish. He stood up and yelled back, and it turned into a screaming match. I left with my friends, and we haven't talked since. So one of my male friends told me I was a bit mean to cut out his fetish like that, and that men have needs too. So am I the asshole? Absolutely not. He's literally trying to force you that idea and controlling, saying, "Oh, blah blah blah." Nah, that is fucked. Update. Okay, so a lot of shit happened. He finally texted me and told me he dropped it if I could just come home, but I couldn't do it. Him asking me that in front of my friends was the last for me. I told him we're breaking up and he took that very badly. He was on full on screaming at me over the phone. I could hear him breaking stuff in the background. I soon just hung up, and not even an hour later, he showed up to my friend's house and banged on her door until she answered through the door cam. And I said I wasn't, and said I wasn't there. Lie. He knew I was there and began kicking the door. He yelled through the door while he kicked it that that it's not just about the piercing, but how I seem to always shut down his ideas. He wanted to paint my kitchen all white. He wanted to sell our car for a better one. He wanted to get a dog. I'm allergic. Shit happened and he never broke the door down. And he actually broke the door down. The police was called. Friend took him to small claims court and we haven't talked since. Though when he was arrested, he called me a bitch, so that's great. Nah, you're absolutely not the asshole, because he literally ended up now breaking into your house, well, your friend's house, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna probably try and bash you," or something like that. And I'm just like, that's kind of actually insane. Okay, so I would do just one more story. Am I the asshole for destroying my best friend's proposal because I believe she was being kidnapped? Ooh, okay. So this actually happened last weekend and I'm still shaking. My best friend Emily, 29F, had been dating her boyfriend Chris, 31M, for about 4 years. I, 28F, love her to death and I've always supported their relationship even though Chris is eccentric. He loves surprises and stuff, thinks flash mobs and scavenger hunts that no one asked for. Anyway, I was visiting Emily. We were walking around catching up when this unmarked white van comes up to us. Two masked men jump out and grab her. She began screaming. I freak out. So what? So I did what any sane, frightened human being would do. I grabbed my pepper spray, legal where I am. I I think it's legal maybe where I am too, but I don't know. If not, I think pepper spray is a good thing to get for self defense, and yelled bloody murder and went wild. Sprayed one dude in the face, kicked another in the shin, and literally pulled Emily by the coat while yelling for 911. Turns out it was Chris and two of his buddies. They were attempting this strange prank kidnapping into surprise proposal situation because Emily wanted a proposal like in the movies. Chris was crying over the pepper spray. Emily was scared while the cops arrived. It was chaotic. Now Chris is angry and he tells me I ruined the most significant moment of their lives and embarrassed him in front of everyone. Emily tells me she understands why I freaked out but wished I'd read the room. But how was I gonna know? It seemed real. She was crying. They had masks. It was a literal van. Act everyone's acting like I overreacted, but I genuinely thought she was being trafficked. Am I the asshole for spoiling the proposal? Hun, no, absolutely not. Because if it seems real, what else are you meant to do in this situation? I think it's completely normal to, have this reaction and being like, yeah, I need to do this. Like, this bitch is hurting my loved one, my sister, And it's like, yeah. So, no, you're not the asshole. Because it was a prank and it seemed real. I don't think the boyfriend should not have done that. I think that was kind of a fuck thing to do. Like, yeah, I get everyone has a kink and stuff, Oh, I want this marriage and and I want this like a furry and I think yeah, I think that situation should not be done for a proposal because it can be very dangerous. So I think what she did was very smart. So no, you're not the asshole. Uh, your friend's boyfriend is the asshole for kidnapping her. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Maybe next episode, I might do another episode of this, and then I might try and do a Q&A with my friends next time she comes, because she's leaving back tomorrow, so that's going to be fun. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day, great night, wherever you're from, and peace out.